Hi everyone, welcome to another movement meditation. Today we will be doing another arm exercise. So I'm not sure if people had a chance to do yesterday's lesson. There's a bit of me that would kind of like to try it again at some point. I think I can teach that one better, but we'll see if I get an opportunity to do that. But today I want to look at the movement of our shoulders. So we, of course, all have tensions and habits to do with our shoulders, and those are maybe especially relevant at the moment because of all the sitting in front of computer screens that we're doing. So maybe you feel for yourself that your shoulders are tight, or they're maybe rolled forwards or pushed backwards. So just take a moment as you sit there right now. Just maybe close your eyes, settle down. Feel how you're sitting. Hi, Simone. Feel how you're sitting on the chair, and just feel for yourself how your shoulders feel. Your two shoulders. I was doing a one-to-one lesson with a friend of mine yesterday and really working in quite some detail with her shoulder blades. And I think that in some way we don't consider these parts of ourselves very often. So I think it's quite nice, or we consider them when they're in pain. So it's actually quite nice to pay some attention to ourselves and to certain parts of ourselves that maybe don't get attention generally. Good. All right. So what I'd like you to do, and it's maybe a little bit difficult for me to demonstrate, but what I'd like you to do is just bring your right hand up and place the back of your wrist on your forehead, and then just take it down and do that a number of times. Take the arm up and place it on your forehead and take it back down, and just see how that feels. How does lifting that right arm up and placing the back of the wrist on the forehead feel? Once you've done it maybe 3 times and you've kind of got a sample of what it feels like for your right shoulder to do it, bring your left hand up and just try it with your left hand. So you're just bringing the arm up, turning the hand over so that the back of the wrist is on the forehead, and then bringing it back down. Good. Just do it a couple of times with the left. And can you feel any differences between the left side and the right side? And maybe you want to try the right side again. And just feel, how does it feel for you this morning? Is it easy? Is it comfortable? Is it difficult? Is it uncomfortable? Or somewhere along the spectrum between the two? Okay, good. And take a rest. Okay, and then just close your eyes and bring your attention back to your shoulders. Maybe you can feel your breathing. Just feel, after making those couple of movements, just lifting either arm a couple of times, what do your shoulders feel like now? Is there any difference? Can you feel different sensations within the shoulders? And are the two sides comparable? Can you feel differences between them? Does one feel different to the other? Okay, good. Then what I'd like you to do is bring your left arm up and place it on your forehead. And then at the same time, bring your right hand up and hold the right wrist with your left hand. Okay, so I'm going to say that again. Bring your left hand up so that your left, the back of the left wrist is on your forehead. Bring your right hand up and just hold the right wrist with your left hand. Good. Okay, so that's the position we're going to start in. Okay, and then what I'm going to ask you to do is begin to slide your right arm along to the left of yourself. So you can see that I'm opening my hand. So I'm not holding tightly, and I'm allowing my right arm to slide along the length of my arm. Okay, so just do this a number of times. See how comfortably, how easily the arm slides across to the right. And remember to keep breathing as you do this. Take it slowly. See if you can keep the arms in contact for the whole of the movement, so that you're not actually like separating them and you're not lifting them away from the body in any way. There's some sense of safety and security that you can get by keeping the arms together in this way that you wouldn't have if the elbow and the arm was just up in the air by itself. So again, you can see that my left hand is staying on my forehead. I'm not moving my left hand at all. I'm just moving my right hand between my hand and my elbow. Okay, and then come down and take a rest. So because I can't see you guys, and because this is an effort, a lesson that does, require some effort in the shoulder, I obviously want to take care of you guys. But if there's any kind of, strain or difficulty in your own shoulders while you're doing this, just take more rests. Do a little bit and then stop, do a little bit and stop. Really look after yourself. Okay, good. Then take your right wrist, place the back of your right wrist on your forehead, and with the right hand, grab the left wrist. Okay, so exactly the same thing, but on the opposite side. I've got my right hand on my forehead, and I'm bringing my left wrist into my right hand. Okay, and then begin to slide the left hand over to the right and back. So back to the wrist, holding it with the right wrist, sliding the left hand over to the right elbow and back to the right wrist. So I'm just making this small sliding movement. Keep breathing. Remember you're sitting on the chair. Remember your sitting position. See if you can do this without holding your breath. Good. And then when you get with the hand over to the, the left hand is over towards the right elbow, and the right hand is holding the left elbow. Okay. So I actually want you to grip on with your right hand, your left elbow, and very gently just take your arms together away from the body and then bring them back up to your forehead. And just do that a number of times. Just a very small movement away from the body, down in front of you, and then back up. And because you're keeping your arms together, it's like you're keeping this movement safe. And you've got some support for your left elbow as you're making this movement. Good. The next time you do it, come back up, put your right wrist back on your forehead, and then just go back to sliding your left hand along the length of your right arm. Just do it a few times. And maybe you notice that you can come out now a little bit further so that the hands are now in. So you've gone past the wrist and you've gone towards the hands. Okay. But keep at all times, keep the hands and the arms connected. So I'm not going past the point that my hands and arms are connected. Okay. And take a rest. So again, just feel how you're sitting, feel how you're breathing. And just close your eyes. Take a moment for yourself just to kind of notice your internal sensation. Feel any differences you feel between the left shoulder and the right shoulder. Any sense of kind of activation or use. Good. And then when you're ready, I'd like you to bring your left hand and place it on your forehead. Take your right hand and put the wrist of your right hand in your left hand. And then begin to stroke along a few times. Nice and slowly, keep breathing. Maybe you could keep your eyes closed and just feel contact as you move your arm I went for a second there. So yeah, that can feel like a nice sense in itself. The sense of movement of the arm. The left hand can take hold of the right elbow, and you can just rest the left hand on the right hand on the left elbow, and then just very gently begin to bring them down together in front of you and back up towards your forehead. And maybe this time you can bring them all the way down past the shoulder height, all the way down to resting on your lower chest, and then bring them all the way back up together. Just do it a couple of times, feeling the safety of that connected package of your arms. Good, once or twice more. In fact, that will do. And then begin to slide your right hand out and see if you can contact the two hands together, and then come all the way back so that the hand touches the elbow. So you're sliding along the whole length of the hand now. Good, bring your arms down and take a rest. And just feel how you're breathing now. Maybe keep your eyes closed. Feel how you're breathing. Feel how the ribs are moving underneath the shoulder blades or underneath the collarbones. And even at the sides of the bodies underneath the arm, so in the armpit area. Can you get a sense of your shoulder structure resting on top of the mobile ribs? Good. Okay, and then bring your left hand back up. And now instead of taking the back of the left hand and putting it on your forehead, I'd like you to hold the left hand with your right, so the left wrist with your right hand. So this is the left hand, this is the right hand, and I'm holding my left wrist, okay? And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to very gently bring my left arm down, back down, resting in my lap, and then I'm going to bring it back up, coming back up to my forehead, and just a few times. So you're using your right hand as a guide for your left arm. So you've got the support of your arms during this movement. And you're keeping your left arm safe as you're going through this lifting movement. So you've got the safety of your right hand. Good. Take a little rest. With your hands down in your lap, take your left hand and grab hold of your right wrist. Take your left hand and grab hold of the back of your right wrist, and then begin to lift up your right hand towards your forehead and bring it back down. So now your left hand is guiding your right arm up and down, up towards the forehead and down towards your lap. And feel as you're doing this movement, what's happening in your shoulder. Can you allow the right shoulder to be soft, to be carried by the activity of the left arm, left hand? Do it once or twice more. Good. And then bring your right hand back up, place your right wrist on your forehead, take your left hand and just slide across and feel that connection and that safety of the arms again. Good, and then swap over so that your left wrist is on your forehead. Just slide your right arm and maybe you could even take your hands out to the point that it's just the fingertips touching. Good. Bring both hands together, down, take a rest. Just feel how your arms are resting now. Feel how your two shoulders feel. Feel if there's any differences between your left shoulder and your right shoulder. If you have your eyes closed, just notice the direction that your breathing is moving in. Good. Okay, so what I'd like you to do now is, in fact, let's take the left hand, place the left hand on your forehead. And a few times, just bring the right hand up to touch the left hand and bring it down. So just do the right hand by itself. Bring it up, touch, and then bring it down. Just feel how that feels, lifting the arm now. Once you've done it a couple of times, just keep the arms connected and slide the hands so that they're both taking the elbow. So I've got my left hand on my right elbow and my right hand on my left elbow. And then I'm just going to take both of them down together, down towards my lap, and then bring them both back up. So I'm holding both elbows. Very easy movement, very comfortable. And just feel what's happening in both of your shoulders as you do this. Can you keep breathing? Can you allow the kind of slowness to kind of gently open the shoulders, kind of bit by bit, making them softer and more mobile? Good. And then swap over your hands. Swap over your hands so that the left hand is on top of the right hand now, and just do the same thing. Leave your right wrist against your forehead and just take your left arm away from your arm structure, combined arm structure, and bring it down to your lap and then bring it back up. And just do the movement time. Take hold of your left wrist and then just guide your left arm back down. Maybe you notice your breathing slowing down as you're doing this. Okay, and then just swap over your wrists. so that the left wrist is against the forehead, and I'm holding my right arm, and I'm just going to guide my right arm down to my lap. Let it rest for a second. Take a moment's rest. Let the arm rest, the whole arm, as if you kind of let go of all the effort, and then very gently pick it up again. Pick it up to your forehead. Let the arm hang if you can, and just lower it down. So it's like you're doing all the effort now with the left arm. So there's no effort in picking up the right arm. Sorry, there's no effort the right arm is making as the left arm is picking it up and putting it down. So it's really passive. The left hand is doing the whole of the movement, the whole of the process. Good, and take a little rest. Swap the wrists over so that you grab the left wrist with your right hand. See if you can let go of any effort in your left arm, and then with all the effort in your right arm, see if you can lift your left arm up to the forehead and then back down. At all stages of the movement, letting go of effort in the left side. So here I'm going to let go of effort in my left arm, bring it up to my forehead, and then as I just continue to lower the left arm, I've got the support of my right arm, and I can just let go of all the activity, all the muscle in my left arm. So it's very passive. Okay, and then just see if you can make it lighter, slightly quicker, slightly lighter. Lifting both arms up. A few times holding the left wrist, and then swap over, and a few times lightly lift holding the right wrist. So nice and light, keep breathing, make it a little faster, a little smaller. Okay, and then take a rest. Just feel your breathing, feel how you're sitting on the chair, and feel how your shoulders feel now, feel how they're resting. And so yesterday I called the lesson floating arms, and then I've changed it to cloud hands. But maybe you can feel that after all of that your arms actually do feel like they want to float upwards. So just check. Bring one arm up to the forehead and see how it feels. And compare it with the beginning of the lesson. Bring the other arm up, see how it feels. And how does it feel? How does the whole arm feel? Maybe you feel some tiredness in your shoulders. That's okay. But see like the weight of the whole arm. How does the weight of the whole arm feel? Does it feel a lot lighter than it did at the beginning? Can you lift both arms up at the same time? And then take them all the way to the ceiling. Yay. Okay, so that was today's class called Butterfly Shoulders. I hope that you feel like your shoulders feel like they are more like butterfly shoulders now. We are going to continue doing these arm lessons this week. So I'm going to come up with another fun one for tomorrow. So tune in at 11 UK time to see that. Also later on today, I'm going to be releasing a recently recorded podcast that I did that I featured on with some guys over in the Dosed podcast. An old friend of mine from many years ago called Jamie, who runs that podcast, and he kindly featured me on it. So I'm talking about myself, Tai Chi, Moshe Feldenkrais, the Feldenkrais method, and we end up on the subject of how you can love yourself. So if that's interesting, I think it is a pretty interesting subject, then I'll post a link on my Thoughtful Movements page later, and you'll be able to access it from there. Okay, So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'd love to hear in the comments any thoughts or feedback about the lesson. Also, if you would like to hit a like on it and share it with other people, please do so. That helps me out. I have a link to my group in the description. If you want to access previous lessons, they're all available there. And there's also a link for my PayPal account if you'd like to make a small contribution for the lessons. Okay, so thank you for watching. I will see you tomorrow at 11. Okay, take care. Bye.